I was at Target with our youngest. He was 5 at the time. One minute he is right there next to me. The next minute, he's not. You ever get that moment of parental panic where you're like, where's my kid? Thankfully, he was fine. He just scurried off to the next aisle. And as we joyously reunited right there in front of the Legos, 2 bays down from Barbie's Malibu Dream House. As we reunited there, I told my son 2 things. First thing I told my son, I'm so glad you're okay. I was worried about you. The second thing I told him, when we get home, don't tell mommy. So we get home and the first thing he does is tell mommy. Mommy's very upset. I immediately try to smooth things over by coming up with an excuse like, oh, I didn't lose our son. I just, lost track of him, thinking in the moment that was a smart thing to say. Looking back on it now, I realize it was pretty stupid because mommy's now very upset and she gives me the look. The look that if it came with the caption would read, very disappointed, proceed with caution. You ever get that look before? Manager, team member, mother-in-law? Huh? It hurts. It hurts. But the truth is my wife didn't have to say a thing because her look said it the loudest. Because what we show matters more than what we say. But we also have to be careful about the feedback face that we show people. When we give feedback, critical feedback, with a positive face, smiles and nods, it actually makes the message sound in the ears of the other person a lot better than it was. It goes from bad to better. And the opposite is also true. When people give positive feedback with a negative face, scowls and frowns, it actually has the effect of seeming much worse than it is. The really interesting part of this research, though, is that putting a sad face on what is otherwise happy feedback actually makes the sting of that feedback last longer and hit harder than just saying the actual words with no facial expression. What we show really does matter more than what we say. But if we want to break this fear and win together and include each other, then it's not just about the face that others see, it's about how they feel seen. Because we have information that we want to share with them or ideas we want to put forward, but they're not going to care, they're not going to listen until they know that we care. Look, we bring all these experiences and expectations to these conversations, but at the end of the day, people don't care what we know. They want to know that we care. They want our empathy. But empathy is not just a matter of more listening. It's about more looking, about noticing. Because empathy is actually much more natural than we think. It's much more native than what we think, and it starts at a very young age. Researchers wanted to understand just how young empathy began to be activated inside people. So they brought together a bunch of toddlers, 18 to 24 months old, sat them down at a table, put down 2 bowls of food in front of them. In one bowl were those delicious cheddar goldfish crackers that every toddler loves, and by the way, some adults love them too. And in the other bowl, broccoli. Now, you don't need a PhD to know which bowl the kids ate from, all right? So they went at the goldfish crackers and totally ignored the broccoli. But then the researchers started to eat from the same bowls. But when they ate from the bowl of goldfish crackers, they had these disgusted looks on their faces like, this is terrible. Ugh, this is the worst thing I've ever tasted. And when they ate from the broccoli, had visible signs of delight. I've never tasted anything so delicious in my life. This is amazing. Then the researchers put out their hands as if to ask the toddlers to give them some of the food that was in front of them. And do you know what the toddlers gave the researchers 7 out of 10 times? Broccoli. Because even though the toddlers didn't like it, they saw that the researchers did. Their empathy was activated just by looking. So if we want to break this fear and win together and include each other and have fearless conversations, what do we have to do? Well, first, when these conversations come up, put your candor before your comfort, serve the issue, not the sandwich, help others grow, and be mindful of what you show.